Okay, if you guys are popping on, grab yourself a coffee and just watch what I have to tell you. Coffee and a facelift this morning. I should have some like intro music. Also, what do you guys think? Do you like the longer hair better or the shorter hair? I want to know. And because they're clip-in extensions, I can rock long hair one day and then just rock the short hair the next day. But I want to know, what do you guys think looks better, the longer hair or the shorter hair? Okay, good morning, good morning. Okay, I just have on right now is just my foundation. And this is how I used to do my makeup. I would just have one foundation all over. I wouldn't do any definition. And this is just such a sad face. Like, I just feel so blah. Okay, I want to show you how to give yourself a facelift. That's why you're here, right? Okay, so I'm going to take the detail brush and I'm going in with my contour. Now, you might have been taught, and I've been doing it this way too until I've changed my ways. But when you first started with the contour, you were taught to just like find your cheekbone line and draw that line, or suck in your lips and draw that line there. Well, if you suck in your lips, that's just making the line, it just puts it down too far, too low. So if I follow that line, that just would put my contour, it puts it right under the cheekbone, but it's just too low. So we want to go just above that. So this is the cheekbone and I'm going right above it. So this is my cheekbone right here and I'm putting that line right above it. And then put a little swoop at the end. So put your contour placement slightly higher than you think you should, because it's just going to lift your face, okay? And then I'm going to put it on the forehead, just to add that dimension. If you guys are here, please say hi. Sometimes the Facebook comments don't work, so if you're here, say hi so that I know that they're working. Okay, so put a little swoop at the end, put your contour placement a little bit higher, and then blend it out. I can't see anyone. Oh, silly Facebook. Okay, so blend. Okay, so putting the contour a little bit higher, and then we are also taught just to smile and then put your blush on the apples of your cheeks. I don't want to do that anymore. So we are going to, where's my brush? Where's my brush? This is the thing, I just had it. Okay, so yeah, we were taught to put the blush on the apples of our cheek. And I want to I'm just gonna use my finger, take the blush and put it way back here. What? Yes, way back here. I don't want to go any further than the pupil of my eye. So as we're getting older, we're getting more mature, you're over your 30s, you want blush placement back here, because we want to keep the center of our face nice and bright, nice and open, and it just softens your look if your blush is back here and you're putting the blush right on top of that contour line. Okay, and this is Cindy. Cindy is such a beautiful color. Hold on. Yes, hi. Okay, come here. What happened? Okay, no. Oh boy. What? We've got someone trying to put a dress on and you put your head in the armhole. Oh no. Life with kids. Doing it live. You get all the things. Okay, you gotta stay off camera because you're naked. Oh, such a pretty dress. Over here, over here, over here, over here. Okay. Oh, there you go. So pretty. Okay. Okay. I don't even know where I was. Oh yeah, Cindy. So this color is Cindy. It is such a beautiful color for spring. So if you don't have this color in your collection, I want you to go grab it. And I don't know, spring is in the air, so I just want to revamp my colors. Just bring some pretty pinks and soft pinks to it. Okay, can you see how much that is like just opened my face just by putting the blush back that way? And then adding brightener just to the corners of the eye and not putting it all the way, just the corners. This is like the bright highlight. So this is linen. And then I'm going to take my main highlight and put it in the center. So I'm keeping the sides nice and bright, but then the middle is just my main highlight. And with mature eyes, you don't want to go very bright and light under your eye because it may make your wrinkles stand out more and may make your face look more tired than it is, right? And then I'm just going to take the brightener and just put it down the center of my face. And then I'm going to do a quick eyeshadow look. Also, while we're on the facelift train, let's chisel out our jawline. So take the contour and just follow your jawline. And this is just going to slim out your face because it adds that shadow. Yes, linen highlight is such a gem. is light and it just adds that brightness to your face, but just like putting it in the corners and not like all the way, because we don't want to be too light. It's gonna look so beautiful on you, Steph. Okay, so chisel out. Okay, now quick eyeshadow look. As it is, I'm featuring eyeshadows this month. We are going to go, I have Tangled. This is a staple in my collection because this is my eyeshadow primer. So Tangled is the cream eyeshadow. Then I've got Cupcake, I've got Rome, Gigi, and On Wednesdays. And we are going to do our eyes. Okay, so I'm going to start with Tangled. Like I said, it's our cream shadow. We have 4 cream shadows. And I'm just going to prime my lid with the Tangled. I love this. This is such the best trick. I do this all the time. It is a staple. And it's just priming my lid. And it helps the shadows to stay on. And it helps them to be pigmented. And I mean, they're so pigmented as it is. But it just helps them to stick and to stay true to their colors. Okay, so Tangled on the base of my lid. Now I'm going to go in with Gigi. And I'm using the smudge brush and the dome end. And because I have hooded eyes, I'm going to just keep my eyes open and stamp it. Should have cleaned the brush. I'm a little bit of a hot mess this morning. Where is it? If y'all are sticking with me, good for you, because this is crazy. Okay. Our brush tile cleaner. So it's so perfect for eyeshadow brushes because you're changing colors and you're doing all the things and it's flying out of the tin. So it's just this and you're just wiping your brush on it. Okay. Because I had some Zion on this brush from last night. Okay. So like I said, I've got hooded eyes and I'm taking with my eye open and I'm just stamping it. So by doing this, it's just helping lift the shadow on your eye, because I found when I was doing it closed, I was dragging the shadow way down, way too far down here. And I was just dragging my eye down, and I want an eye lift. So I want the shadows up, opening up my eyes. And then you can close it and then fill it in. But at least your pattern that you want to follow is stamped out, and then you know not to go any further. So I'm just doing it on the outer edge, kind of in a V shape. And then just blending. So this is Gigi. Gigi is pretty. Okay, and then I'm going to take, I know, is that pretty? Okay, and then I'm going to take Rome, flip the brush over, flip my flip brush, my smudge brush over, and just take Rome and apply it all across the lid. Don't go all the way out to the corner, but I want to go pretty far over. All these eyeshadows there's nothing like them. They're so creamy. They're powder, but they're so buttery creamy. Oh, they're just so beautiful to work with. So you are definitely getting your money's worth. These are not your cheap, these aren't your cheap drugstore shadows. These are incredible. And then I'm going to take On Wednesdays with my finger, pick it up, and just pop that in the center. Y'all know I love my Soulmate. But it's nice to switch it up. So if you don't want a really shimmer look, but you want to add some color, so this is like a peachy pink. And I want to jazz it up a little bit. So I'm going to spray my brush with setting spray, and I'm actually going to go right into that shadow, pick it up, because I want it to be a little bit more vibrant. And this is called foiling. So we're foiling the shadow, making it stand out more. Look at that. Okay, and then I'm going to take my brush tile and just wipe it off. This thing comes so handy. It's so good, so good. I just use it for my eyeshadows. It's because it just wipes off the shadow so beautifully. And then I'm just going to go in with Cupcake, another one of my staples. So the 3 shadows that are my staples that I think everybody should have in their collection is Tangled for your base, Cupcake, and Soulmate. Oh, I'm just obsessed with Soulmate. I need to show you different shadows. Okay, what do you think so far? Facebook lighting, it's a little bit weird today. I'm at the very end of my tin of Cupcake, so I'm like scraping the edges. So that's why it's taking so long to pick it up. But I just love to have a bright corner, but I don't want shimmer necessary, so I like Cupcake for this specific reason. Okay, and then don't forget to curl your lashes, because that is going to open up your eyes as well. I never used to curl my lashes at all, but it just helps to open up your eye. Again, all the things, as we get older, we gotta do all the tricks just to keep our face up, literally lifted. I'm just taking Gigi and just lining my bottom lashes. So kind of like a smoky eye, but it's just by doing this too, it just helps to open up your eye instead of using eyeliner, which can be dark and harsh. So just using the shadows that you used on your lid to just line your under eye, just help to finish off your look. You know what, I think I could go a little bit darker on the GG. This is why eyeshadows take me so long, because I'm so particular, and and also when you're working with darker colors, it's good to go light and then build up on it, because once you start off and you're like throwing a ton of color on, there's kind of no way to go back. So by slowly building it up, it just is easier to do. And then you just clean up the edges. So I like to just swipe up. So this is the brush that I used with my brightening, and I'm just swiping up just to clean up those edges, and it just helps sharpen it and just make sure that my shadow is staying up and lifted. And then you can just soften that line just a tiny bit. Okay. And then another trick is primer for your lashes. Mascara that I'm using is L'Oreal Lash Paradise, and I'm using the L'Oreal Lash Primer. Pick it up at any drugstore. It is my absolute go-to mascara. I love it. So I'm just priming the lashes, and this just helps to lengthen them and nourish them. You can clean the brush tile with very, very gently because it is so fragile. You can clean it with very light soap and water, but these are only meant to last a couple months, and then you're replacing it. But I think it's such a genius idea. And then mascara. So DG on Wednesdays and Rome I use today. Okay, and catch the replay. Try these tricks for yourself. And just make your face lifted. Okay, I'm gonna play with this coloring. Okay, is that better? It's still a little wonky. I'll take a picture just so you can see the shadows. It's a very subtle, but you can build up on those colors. Like I said, if you're scared to get into the darker colors, slowly build that up so that you're not putting so much pigment on your eye and you're like, oh, it's way too much. How do I back it off? So slowly build that color up, and then you'll get the perfect consistency that you want. So, but putting your contour line up higher than you normally would, or higher than you think you should. So it's just going to help lift up your face, putting your blush back further and not on the apples of your cheek, especially if you're over 30, thermaturing skin. And just keeping the center of your face nice and bright, and it's just opening, it's just adding definition, and keeping your eyeshadows up and lifted. You don't want to drag your eye down. Those are the tips I have for you today. What do you guys think? Can't wait for you to try these tricks, and then let me know how they go for you. Let me know what you think. I didn't put any illuminator on today, so that's one more thing. Just feeling like a hot mess today, my goodness. I'm just going to use Photoshop. Again, a beautiful illuminator. It's got a pink tone to it, and it's going to be so beautiful for spring. So this is the powder. So this is Photoshop. Illuminator is powder, and I'm just lightly dusting it on. Powders are highly pigmented, so very light hand with it. And then I just like to buff it in a little bit so that there's not that line where I placed it, and then it just blends nicely on the cheek. So that is Photoshop. Beautiful for spring. And I love Photoshop as an eyeshadow as well. So again, all the versatility of our makeup. It's incredible. You can use it multiple places. Okay, thank you so much. Hopefully you guys learned some tips and tricks. Let me know. Try it yourself and let me know what you think of them. And have a fabulous Friday.